Round my Indiana homestead wave the cornfields. In the distance the woodlands clear and cool. Oftentimes my thoughts revert to scenes of childhood.
We're back to talk about the next state in the Shave America series. We're going to talk about Indiana. Now, Indiana sits atop one of the richest concentrations of limestone on the planet and prides itself on the fine quality of its mineral output. Indiana's limestone has helped build the Pentagon, the Empire State Building, the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, and the National Cathedral. Now, some of you may be familiar with this cartoon. Though it's seldom mentioned in the comic strip or cartoon series, Garfield takes place in Muncie, Indiana. That is the place of residence for the cat Garfield and owner John Arbuckle. It was mentioned on the television special Happy Birthday Garfield. Now, Muncie is where creator Jim Davis went to college. Now, some of you may know who this person is. Sharpshooter and folk hero Annie Oakley was born with the name Phoebe Ann Moses. She got her first name from her sisters calling her Annie and took on the last name of Oakley after the name of an Ohio town near her home. Annie had a reputation as a marksman at an early age, and after she outshot her would-be husband Frank Butler, they married shortly after the contest and remained together for 50 years. They both passed within 3 weeks of each other in 1926. But today, Annie Oakley Perfumery is located in the city of Ligonier and is the only place that actually creates and packages perfumes in the whole country. In the opening, you heard the Indiana State song On the Banks of Wabash, Far Away. And the scents for Indiana include corn and coconut, and I chose to go with coconut. We're going to use a little bit of a sample that I got a long time ago, still hanging around. This is the third or fourth shave I got out of this sample, but this is Taylor's Coconut. So Taylor of Old Bond Street. There's a little bit left in here for one more shave, but I took the liberty of whipping it up, and it's been sitting here in the Parker, there you go, Parker Badger brush, and that's a nice whip. Cream, anybody? Lots of cream to go in our fine ceramic bowl. And for the gear, we're going to use the Parker 69 CR convertible with the open comb. And inside, we're going to go in its second use with a Rockwell razor blade. Now, I have a lot of growth, and that's a pretty mild blade, so I figured I'll throw it into an open comb head, which is a little more aggressive, and we'll see what kind of shave we get out of it. So I'm just going to put that in the warm water and heat up the razor. And we're just going to throw some water on the face. And I wanted to save a little bit of time for everybody, so I whipped up the shave cream. And I did something a little bit different when I whipped it up today. You know, I see a lot of people, and I'm guilty of it, just like everybody else. When I bowl lather, I'll put some cream in the bowl instead of loading it on the brush and then mixing it in the bowl. I'll have it in the bottom of the bowl. And you'll get in there and you'll push down and you'll scrub like this just to make sure we pick up all the soap and we spread it out and we don't waste any and maybe get a little bit in the brush, etc. But after you do that and you spread it out and it starts to foam, you don't really need to press as much on the brush anymore because there's nothing there but bowl. And I'm sure that prolonged scrubbing with pressure is going to damage the bristles of the brush, no matter what brush you have. This happens to be a Badger. So I just used very light pressure, almost like when you shave, you use light pressure. And I seem to whip up a real good lather with that. You just circulate, circulate, circulate. Add a little water and poof, it just explodes in the bowl. And this is, let me think, over 1.5 years old, this sample. And it still smells. And I don't do anything special. I keep the lid on. I have it sitting with my other soaps in the shave den on the shelf over here off the side. You can't see with the camera right now. And still performs well. And it lathers super. I mean, you can't beat it. So, as I was saying, I'm guilty just like everybody else that probably does that. I don't know, it just kind of hit me that you don't have to put pressure on it the whole time you're mixing it. And I just add a little water and man, look at that. Look at that. That's from a thumb-sized dollop. So certainly learning experience for me. Okay, let's go with the first pass. I can't tell you how good this will feel. I'm waiting to get this off the face. Now some of you are probably saying, why are you going with the Tobbs coconut? Well, why not, I say. But I recently had shown everybody the giveaway soaps from Olive Blossom Soap Company. One of them was pineapple and coconut, which is a lovely scent. I've used it off camera. And I will use it for a state shave. But I had this already lined up. In fact, this was going to be the next state shave. I did, but because of the giveaway, I wanted to show everybody the Olive Blossom soaps. So I changed it up a bit. And I got New Jersey out, which used the crayon and citrus peel. And I will use the pineapple coconut, obviously not for the coconut scent. So you could probably guess what state I'm going to use that shave for. But I have not done any research on that one yet. It's still in the queue to be done. Just taking some of the cream away so I can see the ends here. All right. Pass one done. Just going to get some water. Very nice. Very nice. Very smooth. Not super smooth. Gonna need a second pass, but got plenty of cream for that. It took a little bit of time to get the next video out, but after the giveaway and Father's Day, I just wanted to take a break. You know, there was a lot of activity that weekend, and summer's here. I have a life, I have a family I want to enjoy. Spent some time, did some stuff. You know, I haven't put out a Lego video on my other channel in a while, so probably going to have to do that one day. I haven't checked that in forever, and that seems to have had an uptick in subscribers, so I don't want to lose any. I still keep in contact with a lot of content creators in that niche hobby, so I do want to put out another video for those that follow me on my Lego channel, which is Magboy Creations, and you can click the link under the video if you'd like to go check it out. If you have some kids that are into that, or maybe you're into that. You can't leave any comments because that channel is marked as kids. Because let's face it, they're attracted to the Legos. So I don't want to have any legal issues. It'd be great to have comments. At one point we did, but YouTube keeps changing. So they took that luxury away. All right. Let's give you some more tidbits about Indiana. Okay. Ooh, I could hear some fireworks going off. The 4th of July is just about here. And I don't know about where you are, but boom booms every night this week. So people still got their fireworks. Okay, the first gasoline pump was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana on September 5th, 1885. Its conception, invention, and sale was driven by Sylvanus Freelove Bowser. Now, speaking of gas, Indiana is home to the Indy 500 annual extravaganza. It brings fans, celebrities, and international racers from all over to witness the fastest race on Earth. Here's a pic of the 1911 Indianapolis 500, the very first one. Now, if you thought that was pretty neat, afterwards you can witness the slowest race on Earth. The Indianapolis Zoo holds its own race to coincide with the Indy 500, but with turtles. It's called the Zoopolis 500. Now, for most of us, following up a math problem results in little more than a few points off the midterm. But one geometric miscalculation got Indiana physician Edwin Goodwin laughed out of the Senate. In 1894, Edwin, believing he had discovered a game-changing method for the impossible task of squaring a circle, approached Representative Taylor Record with a legal proposal titled, and I quote, "A bill for an act introducing a new mathematical truth and offered as a contribution to education to be used only by the state of Indiana free of cost by paying any royalties whatever on the same, provided it is accepted and adopted by the official action of legislature of 1897. Despite being anything but mathematically sound, Goodwin's proposal made it from the Indiana's House of Representatives all the way to the state Senate, where it actually had a fair chance at passing, until Senator Orrin Hubbell proclaimed no man or government authority able to sanction the properties of math. This was later referred to as the Anti-Pi Bill. And finally, on March 31st, 1880, Wabash became the first city to be illuminated by electric light. Ohio inventor Charles Brush, who had once brought light to a Cleveland park, was on the hunt for a grander conquest, an entire town. Teaming with the Common Council of Wabash, Brush adorned the courthouse flagstaff with a set of 4 3,000 candle power lamps rigged to a generator. The glow was said to have been visible at a mile's distance and to have been witnessed by 10,000 citizens. Here's a plaque stating the accomplishment. Now that's pretty neat, huh? I wonder, candle power, huh? That had to have been right up there with the invention of electrical power. You know, candle power. Huh. Go figure. All right, just giving a quick touch up. Started to dissipate a little bit. Pass tube. Boy, this blade is doing all right, man. But no, you can't hear any feedback. A little going this way, nose to ear, but man, that was smooth. My across the grain is at an angle. So I started to talk about fireworks earlier. I don't mind them. Here in the state of New York, we finally, as of a couple years ago, had fireworks legalized, but nothing that leaves the ground. So it's mostly like fountain type fireworks, sparklers, those sorts of things. I think that Roman candles even are illegal because it can't leave the ground, but they did legalize at least some fireworks for our state. But where we live, it's a little over an hour to Pennsylvania. Phantom fireworks. People go buy them, just drive back, you know, there's between states, there's no border cops. I mean, there are cops on the border, mostly for speeders, but doesn't stop people from getting their fireworks. You can still hear them. I don't mind them so much, but if they do them at a reasonable hour, I don't want fireworks, you know, being lit off and exploding 11 o'clock at night when you're trying to get ready for bed and go to work the next day. That's just me. As long as you respect your neighbors and you're not dumb in setting them off, like aiming them at someone's house or car. I love the spectacle. I like what the 4th stands for, Independence of America. Sorry for you British folk that may be watching. But you guys are one of our closest allies now, so that's in the past and behind us. Hopefully we can get past this civil unrest that we have going on. You know, all lives matter, no matter what color we are. Let's show respect for our fellow man. There we go. Nice scent. Nice light coconut scent. Tobbs is a good cream if you have never used them before. Okay, finishing facts on the state of Indiana. If you've ever found yourself belting a karaoke anthem of Louie Louie, then you've experienced the distinct realization that you've never understood any of the words outside of the refrain. In the 1960s, Indiana took issue with the incomprehensibility, assuming that the rock ditty was intentionally mumbled to hide its lyrics. Obscene nature. As such, the state's radio stations stopped airing the song at the request of Governor Matthew Walsh. He was coerced into banning the song by a contemporary teenager. While a handful of states have Indiana beat in overall ice cream production, Indiana makes the most of what it has. A study in 2011 shows Indiana produced 87 million gallons of ice cream from only 19 factories over the course of the year. That's 4.6 million gallons per factory, which greatly outshines Texas's 1.4 million gallons per factory, 97 million gallons total from 71 factories, and California's 800,000 gallons per factory, which is 162 million gallons totaling from 202 factories. So I don't know what they're putting in the ice cream in Indiana, but these folks are working day and night. Let me tell you, they are outshining a ton of factories. Man, they must love their ice cream. And finally, the very first peacetime train robbery in documented history happened just outside Seymour, Indiana. Local boys from the Reno gang, brothers Frank, William, and Simeon Reno, pioneered the heist on October 6, 1866, swiping over $10,000 from passengers headed east. In today's money, that would be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here is a commemorative plaque. That's pretty neat. Now, we can't show you pics of the actual very first train robbery. I could show you pics of a train, but not of the robbery. You know, they're old black and white photos, but I figured the plaque was pretty cool to share. All right, let's do a quick against the grain pass, and then we'll be done. Forgot where I was. Yeah, very little left. I think that this mild blade did quite well in the, rinse that off there, in this razor. Just want to, one last touch around the goatee. Oh wow. Ooh, feels so much better that it's shaved. Something I needed. That was beautiful. I would say that this is a 97 out of 100 for a BBS. I'm good with it. Let me do a quick rinse. You should see the amount of hair I have in the sink. Ugh. Definitely needed a shave. Human brush. Saving some for later, I guess, right? Feels good. Very slick. Not in the ears. Doesn't look like I have any irritation. I don't feel any. No nicks, no cuts. Good. All right. Now to top it off, I'm just going to put some Nivea for Men cooling balm on. No Thayers today. No aftershave. Just some nice cooling balm. Probably way too much on here. Yeah, way too much. Put some on the forearms. I'm glowing! Oh, very nice. And there you have our Indiana State Shave. Thank you again for all of my new subscribers. You guys are completely awesome. And gals, I don't want to leave you out either. In fact, anybody who's a subscriber, I am greatly appreciative of you leaving your comments and interacting with me. I'm so blessed to have so many new friends in my life. And, you know, during this COVID time and with the social injustice happening in the world, it's good to just have some friends and be able to communicate with people and just put the negativity aside. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Appreciate it. And I love reading your comments. Please leave me some comments. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And I'll make sure to bring you some more state shaves in the near future. I want to thank you all for watching. Appreciate your time spent with me. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.